Hey guys, it's Jay. And last weekend was PSX, and so we got a lot of information about the coming year of Sony and what games we can expect and things like that. And there unfortunately was an aggravatingly low amount of information about PSVR. Basically what we got about PSVR was a montage of games, most of which we'd already seen, a couple we hadn't, but did not get officially announced. They were just part of a montage. A lot of information about Resident Evil 7, which looks fantastic. I mean, just the demo for Resident Evil 7 is already one of the more in-depth and exciting experiences for PSVR to date. I can't wait for the full game. But there's one that seems to be slipping under the radar a bit, and the reaction to it has been sort of, meh, that looks okay, or meh, that looks kind of dumb. And that, of course, is Starblood Arena. That was the one PSVR exclusive game that they really focused on. It is a first-party title, so it's going to have decent production value. And I think it looks really awesome, and people should not be sleeping on this game, and I'm going to tell you why. But first, let's go ahead and watch a trailer for it so we're all on the same page. It's only about a minute and a half long. Okay, so that's Starblood Arena, and first off, let me just say I'm not a big fan of the art design. It looks very Overwatchy, kind of that cartoonish art design that's not really my style, but seems to be the big thing right now in gaming. But everything else about that trailer looks fantastic to me. Let's go and cover the basics first. Developer White Moon Dreams has been receiving first-party support from Sony for over a year developing this game. This is not something that some small developer threw together spur of the moment and is kicking out to you like a lot of other PSVR titles. This is a first-party developed, bigger budget, longer development cycle game exclusive for the PSVR, which is all very exciting. I'm not thrilled about the exclusive part because I would rather it get a larger player base by using cross-platform play with Oculus and Vive. That it is what it is. Sony made it, so Sony gets to have the rights to it. You're gonna get multiple maps. You're gonna get multiple ships. I think I read there's 9 ships. I don't know how many maps. There's also 4 different game modes. You got Battle Royale, which is free for all. You got Team Battle Royale, which is Team Deathmatch, and you've got some kind of goal-based game like a Capture the Flag or End Zone or Uplink type of thing, and you've got a wave-based shooter for up to 2 to 4 people, which is really fun. Basically what they're doing is they're taking Battlezone, Eve Valkyrie, and Riggs and combining them all into one game. But the setting is what I'm really most excited about, and in case you were curious about what this gameplay in the background is, this is a game from 1995 called Descent. And it was a really fun game. I loved this game back in the day. I was a little too young to actually understand what was going on. I don't know the story of the game or anything like that, but the gameplay was so much fun. more technical standpoint, basically, it's a first-person shooter that allows 6 degrees of freedom, which means basically you're flying a ship, but you're underground. You're able to, you know, flip upside down, you're able to go up through the ceiling, down through the floor, and things like that, but you're in a tunnel, you're underground. It's not something like Eve Valkyrie where you're out in open space. And that's what everybody keeps thinking about Starblood Arena is like, oh great, another cockpit game. I've played Jackal Assault, I've played Eve Valkyrie, we're playing X-Wing VR mission right now. That's all this is, I don't need to play this. But they're missing the whole point. See, the setting of this is the best part. All of the arenas are underground, which means your piloting skills are actually going to be useful in this. Something like Eve, and I'll admit I've only played the demo of Eve, so I don't know what the full game is like, but based on videos I've seen, it doesn't look that much different than the demo in terms of how it actually plays. You can see, like, with something like Eve or Jackal Assault, maybe I should talk about Jackal Assault because that's the one I've actually played all the way through, all 8 minutes of it. Your skills as a pilot mean nothing in that. It's basically just flying around trying to get missile lock, and that's it. But in something like this, where you're actually weaving in and out of obstacles and tunnels and underground areas, your skills as a pilot might be just as, if not more impressive or important to gameplay than your skills as a marksman. And I'm really excited about that because, when the PSVR was on its way out, it wasn't out yet, one of the big topics of discussion on the forums was what old IPs would you like to see rehashed in VR? And, I always said a lot of the generic stuff, Skyrim, LA Noire, Heavy Rain, stuff like that. But one of the ones that I always mentioned was Descent and Terminal Velocity, because those are very similar games, and I really wanted a game like that, where you're flying underground. The best way I can describe it is that Eve is this scene in Star Wars. While Descent is more this scene in Star Wars.
What? Right now? That was too close.
And so, when I look at Starblood Arena, I'm seeing Descent, but Descent multiplayer, which is even better than what I had originally hoped for. Like, it's taking everything that I didn't know I wanted in gaming and putting it together, and I'm really excited about it. It's something that should definitely be on your radar. It comes out in spring. The unofficial estimated date is sometime in March of 2017. So we got about 4 months. Originally, the upcoming games I was excited about was Resident Evil and Farpoint, and now I gotta say that it goes Resident Evil, Starblood Arena, Farpoint. Like, Starblood Arena has actually leapfrogged Farpoint in terms of what I'm excited about in the coming year of VR, and I hope that we can start getting some more people excited about it, because the one thing that's holding down these games, like Eve and Battlezone and Eagle Flight and Riggs, which are all fine games, the one thing that's holding them down is small player base. It's hard to find matches in a lot of these games, and it takes sometimes 5 or 6 minutes before you're actually loaded into a match, and then it's kind of iffy on whether that match will actually be playable due to all of the lag. So the more attention we can get for Starblood Arena, the more player base we can get excited and fired up for Starblood Arena, the better. This is something that will be a lot of fun, and you should definitely have your eye out for it. So thanks for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Let me know what you were excited about this year, and goodbye.